Less than P class equals data end equals 687, data start equals 102 greater than. On April 2, 2025, President Donald Trump made a significant announcement that sent shockwaves across global markets. A 10% tariff on all imports, effective April 5, with additional country-specific tariffs set to start just days later. This move was the latest chapter in the trade conflict between the United States and numerous other countries, including China. And its impact has been far-reaching. Within hours, the global economy was plunged into turmoil, with stock markets suffering the largest two-day losses in U.S. history, erasing a staggering $6.6 trillion in value. Less than P class equals data end equals 1,122. Data start equals 689 greater than. The sheer scale of these losses highlighted the profound consequences of such tariff measures. The S&P 500, a key index tracking 500 of the largest publicly traded companies in the U.S., plunged into a bear market, defined as a 20% drop from its most recent peak. By April 8, major indices such as the Dow and Nasdaq had also experienced substantial declines, with the stock market reflecting an alarming sense of uncertainty. Less than P class equals data end equals 1673. Data start equals 1124 greater than. Not only did equities take a hit, but commodities and currencies followed suit. Gold, typically seen as a safe haven asset, initially surged but saw a 2% drop on April 7. Meanwhile, oil prices, already under pressure from global recession fears, plummeted by 7% initially, with further declines in the days following the announcement. As of mid-April, crude oil was trading at its lowest point since 2021, reflecting concerns over diminished demand caused by economic slowdowns in the U.S. and China, the world's two largest economies. Less than P class equals data end equals 1964. Data start equals 1,675 greater than. Bitcoin, which some had hoped would thrive under the new economic conditions, also suffered, dropping 30% since Trump's inauguration. The cryptocurrency, once touted as a hedge against traditional financial markets, has struggled to maintain its value amidst the rising instability. Less than P class equals data end equals 236, one data start equals 1,966 greater than. But it wasn't just commodities and equities that felt the pain. Global currencies saw mixed reactions. The US dollar weakened against major currencies like the yen and euro, while the Chinese yuan hit a 19-month low. Emerging market currencies such as the Indian rupee, Brazilian real, and South African rand also faltered, reflecting the growing anxiety in the international financial system. Less than P class equals data end equals 2824. Data start equals 2,363 greater than. The impact of these tariffs has raised questions about the possibility of a global recession. Analysts are already predicting a significant chance of economic contraction, with some estimates placing the likelihood of a recession at 40 to 60%. Recessions, often defined as 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP growth, are a serious concern, especially given the massive disruptions to global trade and investment triggered by Trump's tariff policies. Less than P class equals data end equals 3332. Data start equals 2,826 greater than. So, President Trump's decision to impose tariffs has caused an economic ripple effect that extends far beyond the U.S. borders. The consequences are clear. Trillions of dollars lost in market value, widespread uncertainty in commodity and currency markets, and the looming threat of a global recession. As countries around the world respond with their own economic strategies, the future of global trade looks increasingly uncertain, with the full extent of the economic fallout still unfolding. Stay subscribed for more videos.